Louise Kessler got her start as a kindergarten teacher on Bloomington's West Side. She went on to serve more than 3 decades as a children's librarian and became a published lyricist for more than 50 children's songs. In this episode of WGLT's occasional series, McHistory, you'll hear about this woman who tried to foster and fulfill the literary and creative needs of children of the community.
A better Bloomington in the future will evolve only from ideas. And the ideas must originate in the minds and imaginations of the Bloomington residents of tomorrow, who are the children of today.
In the early cultural life of the Twin Cities in the first half of the 20th century, Clara Louise Kessler, she went by Louise Kessler, figures prominently.
My name is Nancy Nickerson, and I'm an actor with this year's Evergreen Cemetery Walk.
This is Bill Kemp, librarian, McLean County Museum of History.
From the Pantograph in Bloomington, Illinois, Saturday, September 16th, 1950. Suggests children's building.
She'll graduate from Bloomington High School and then the Normal University, ISNU, what we now know as ISU, and her first job will be as kindergarten teacher at the Day Nursery and Settlement Association.
Although these children possess many fine and exceptional qualities, I believe that they and the generation just preceding have been cheated of certain aptitudes which older generations of young people had in abundance. These traits declined when the era of directed play for children began.
She will become the children's librarian at Withers Public Library, what we know today as Bloomington Public Library, at the corner of East and Washington Streets, a beautiful old building that was torn down in the mid-1970s.
Children now are told how to play and what to do in play periods, after school, in public playgrounds, youth centers, and summer camps.
And under Louise Kessler's leadership, the children's department at Withers Library will become what's known as a mecca for little folk.
Modern science, with its mechanical and electrical toys, its radio, moving pictures, and automobiles, bring to children only passive entertainment. They sit and look, sit and listen, sit and ride.
She sees her job promoting not only children's literature, but all the things that come with that, as inculcating values of American citizenship.
Children should have free moments during the day for thinking and reading, time for the imagination to grow.
She was interested in fostering into young people a sense of imagination and exploration and some independence, most importantly perhaps empathy. And here, Louise Kessler believes we're crafting American citizens of any race and of any class.
But the majority of boys and girls are too busy with directed activities to pause for spirit identification.
She would promote not only children's literature, but children's theater. She would write plays or playlets, and children would act in them and help with the costumes and all of that. There would be show and tells, poetry contests, doll and toy shows. She would have birdhouse building contests.
How many Bloomington children of today find beauty, the beauty of spirit in good literature, the beauty of inspiration in fine arts, the beauty of fulfillment in personal accomplishment, the beauty of integrity that follows an original and finished piece of work, all one's own.
Some of this stuff we take for granted today, but it was a little more revolutionary back in the early 20th century.
What I have dreamed of for many years is a children's creative arts building, built by the City of Bloomington from funds provided by the residents, so that every child, rich or poor, young or old, intelligent or dull, may find sincere welcome inside its doors.
Beginning in the 1920s, Louise Kessler will also become the editor of the children's section of the Pantograph, well before the internet. Quite an important role.
Here, there will be no teachers. The children will find all the materials for creative expression to experiment with, to take up, put down, linger over, and finally, to recognize their own potentialities and kinship with one certain medium of expression.
She will have a lot of children, young authors contribute. She will also write short stories. As she said, wit and taste, beauty and joy are as much a necessary part of democratic heritage as economics, right, or paying the bills.
By building a public creative arts building, Bloomington boys and girls will grow into men and women with imagination, idealism, ingenuity, initiative, inventiveness, industry, and independence. All fine attributes for the building of a better Bloomington of tomorrow.
You heard Bill Kemp of the McLean County Museum of History and Nancy Nickerson, an actor in the annual Evergreen Cemetery Walk, which happens over the next 2 weekends in Bloomington. Kemp says perhaps Louise Kessler's biggest contribution to Bloomington Normal is collecting and editing a 5-volume history of Bloomington for the city's centennial in 1950. The compilation, Hometown in the Corn Belt, A Source History of Bloomington, Illinois, 1900 through 1950, is available online at McHistory.org. The series McHistory is a co-production of WGLT and the museum. Charlie Schlenker produced this episode.